Paul Tapper from Jailhouse MMA. This is a 70 kilo A-class fight. It's our 5th fight from the end of the evening. Got the Hangman on his shirt. Does that mean he's guillotine specialist? Does that mean he chokes people? Or is it just a cool ass name? Does it mean he cooks people? Does he execute his opponents?
I'm just loving the name of the gym, Jailhouse MMA. I expected him to come out to Elvis though.
Yeah, Jailhouse MMA, and he's the Hangman. Do you think they've got the executioner, the warden, the nurse?
Prison guard.
Prison guard, that's more appropriate.
Prison break. I really expected him to come out to Elvis though. Went for a party at an MMA battle arena. I threw some punches and some kicks and knocked some fools out.
I was missing your singing. I hadn't heard it all evening.
Ho ho ho. No, I don't need any backup singers, okay? I don't need backup singers. It's commentary tonight. Paul Tapper. Great name, Paul Tapper.
Paul Tapper with the Hangman. Maybe he's a jiu-jitsu guy. If he is, that is an awesome name. Or if he likes to drink. But only 10% of the public vote is going to Paul Tapper, so he's not a fan favorite.
David Moore, 360 MMA, looking to keep building off that victory that happened earlier on with Daniel Hutton. Make his way to the cage a little bit later on. This 70-kilo bout at lightweight, A-class rules, headshots on the ground. Paul Tapper, Paul the Hangman Tapper, he's in the cage now, on the ground, looking loose.
I think you got to say it with more venom. Hangman.
David Moore.
David Moore. Just because he's fighting the Hangman, I'm going to call him the escapologist.
We're lucky enough to have a special guest commentator come in. We have the Dark Knight himself, Batman. He's just come in to give us a little insight on David Moore. Batman, what do you think?
I think the Batman's worked with David Moore a lot. He's quite good. Did you see my latest film, by the way?
I get Superman. Superman does jiu-jitsu, so I think he fucks you up.
Yeah, we can't swear on this. But anyway, I hope that the Hangman does well. I gotta go rescue some people now.
All right, bye, Batman. We'll see you later, buddy.
Now, 360 MMA, they've had a mixed evening. They've had a few wins. They've had a win and a few losses. I think they turn this evening around with Daniela getting a really impressive, it was a split decision, but getting a victory. So now can David Moore do the same? Can he get another win for 360? 360, Daniela proved us wrong because we were criticizing their grappling. And then Daniela came in and showed that 360's got some legit grappling. He's got Daniela in his corner.
I would say it was passive grappling, though. She established that armbar on the bottom. She got taken down a lot, which could be the difference in a fight. It was probably why she ended up with a split decision. So David Moore, let's see if he has any offensive grappling, some takedowns of his own. Paul Tapper's team has got to have been looking at those earlier fights, thinking how can he solve the Rubik's Cube that is 360 MMA. What angle could he get on 360 MMA? We'll see.
Weighing 72.3 kilograms. Fighting out of Jailhouse MMA. Paul the Hangman Tapper.
Paul Tapper, 10% of the public vote.
But 100% of the public heart.
Fighting out of 360 MMA. David Moore.
David Moore getting a thunderous applause here. And he looks focused.
360 MMA in Loughborough, head coach Richard Moon. Very good gym.
Here we go, they touch gloves. Great show of respect from both fighters. Interestingly, Paul Tapper in the orthodox stance, David Moore in the southpaw stance. Paul Tapper looking to run in for that double leg takedown. David Moore gets a single. Paul Tapper sits into it and tries for a guillotine.
Chin, but he's Tapper. Moore's passed to the side. So Tapper's just struggled to finish that guillotine from there. And all he needs to do is get on his side, thread that right leg through, and then wrap his left leg over the back, and then he might be able to finish it. But from that plain old side control, he won't be able to finish that choke.
And he seems to have grapevine one of the legs of David Moore as Paul Tapper, but it's not really helping him right now. He's got the head wrapped and he's stuck in side control on the bottom right now.
Yeah, oh, both arms are tied up. Moore was landing some great ground and pound there.
Hard to generate power in side control, but we saw it earlier on.
Paul Tapper's looking for, he's using a hand between Moore's legs to try and thread that guard through, which is so close to being so close to doing a couple times, but he might be giving up an arm triangle there.
Yeah, he's giving up the crucifix position. And David Moore has that arm trapped of Paul Tapper. He can look to really establish some good ground and pound. He got a little bit of power there with that left hook.
This is a position that Randy Couture used to love doing. Just isolating both arms and then slamming into ground and pound. Oh, but Paul Tapper used the cage. Oh, he's very unlucky there not to recover a guard.
He's just not moving quick enough and snaking his hips and stripping them back in. He's depending a bit too heavy on this outside grapevine, which unfortunately, while stifling a bit of David Moore's hip movement, isn't doing anything to improve Paul Tapper's position.
Well, it did stop him getting that mount.
Momentarily. And now here we are.
David Moore's.
Big punches now from David Moore's. The crowd goes wild.
Tapper's giving up his back, trying to lose the position, but David Moore's doing a really good job of holding onto that mount.
Big left hand coming through the middle here, and that's David Moore's power hand. He's raining down shots, and Paul Tapper really doesn't seem to have an answer as he's trying to bring his legs up, possibly sweep David Moore backwards.
Once again, I feel very bad for criticizing 360 MMA's grappling because David Moore's looked really sharp, although he's a little bit hard on this back control, and Tapper could have, just elevated his hips, he might have escaped there, but he lost the back position.
And Paul Tapper's taking some serious damage to the face.
Is he under the chin? Punches. It's going to be very close. He's under the chin, I think.
He is, he's under the chin. Can he get that arm in the back?
I think he might be taking a nap.
He's tapped.
He's out.
Excellent, excellent. Again, turning it around is 360 MMA's David Moore as he establishes and really establishes what great grappling pedigree they do have. And he was very offensive there. As Conor McGregor says, I visualize it, then it happens.
Getting KO'd.
Obviously, he's visualizing doing nothing right now. Thank you, Conor McGregor, for letting down all of your fans everywhere.
He's going to fight Floyd.
I doubt it'll happen, but some excellent catching work there.
Carsten has just endless skills.
Always impressing us with his skills, is Carsten.
So after 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the very first round, we have your winner by a rear naked choke. The fighter in the blue corner, David Moore. And please raise some noise for runner-up Paul Tapper.
Yeah, he was on the shot in the first shot to take it down. How close was that to start? And then you were quite dominant on top afterwards. You know, took the ring that you chose and finished it really nice. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everybody was best on the cage. Well, congratulations, great win.
Everybody, let's say it one more time for your winner, David Moore.